So like, what's that like? When you're when you're like waiting for that call. I can even like relate to this, and you probably get a call, but you don't know if that's the right
Yeah,
opportunity for you.
it's frustrating. No,
Yeah,
it's frustrating, because you never know like where you're gonna go next,
right.
and you have so much high expectation of yourself. You don't want to just sell yourself for something that's not as good.
Exactly.
It's real challenging. It could
Yeah.
be days that you have the ups and downs where your agent's telling you, oh yeah, we have this opening, right? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Then 2 weeks later, oh man, they signed somebody else.
Yeah.
So your whole it's just it kills your spirit sometimes. So
Seriously.
so sometimes you have to take a chance, which I did, for less money.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can play the waiting game and get a great contract. That's happened to a lot of people. But
Mhm.
it's a frustrating one, challenging because like you said, you can get like a call,
Right.
and your agent can tell you, oh, you have this offer from someplace in Germany,
Yeah.
and it's just X amount of dollars.
Mhm.
You're like, all right, I'm gonna wait. Then you wait for a better offer, then that offer's gone.
I was like so frustrated with
Yeah.
waiting that I feel like I decided to, go too soon. Like I
Mhm.
probably should have waited.
Mhm.
And then even like after when I got the opportunity in Luxembourg, I was like, man, I'm happy I got a
Right.
job.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
I'm just gonna stick with
Yeah. Yup.
it.
That's how it be. Yup.
People looking on the outside, they look at like overseas basketball players like, oh, you're living a dream,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and like we are blessed to
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
opportunity, and to see the world, but like what like struggles?
Struggles.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to like a conference type of thing, like a mini camp, trying to get signed with agents, trying to get signed with agents. And the
Right.
guy that was talking, he was telling me like all the stuff about like overseas,
Yeah.
and I really didn't like believe him. Like, oh, they're gonna be late with my money, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. Then
Yeah.
they might not uh, keep the end of a bargain up in the contract. Like they tell you, oh, you're gonna have a house, a nice car, food,
Yeah.
certain type of benefits, and they don't guarantee, it's not guaranteed when you get there.
Right.
So that was kind of frustrating because like my first year, that was like I went like 3 weeks first time, like not getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, no, I'm gonna try to thug it out, but it was like
Yeah.
real frustrating. Then
Yeah.
no, sometimes I just wanted to go home.
Welcome to Talks with Tay. I'm Taylor Brown, and I'm here with Khalen Cumberlander. Khalen is a professional basketball player overseas. He's from the DMV area. Went to Carroll, went to Coolidge, and Washington Post all met, and was Player of the Year. One of the best players in the area. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And yeah, we're just gonna talk.
Okay,
So.
cool. Let's go.
So first, for people who may not know, where you from, what's your
Mm.
background, and how did you, get started playing basketball?
Well, I was born in Maryland. I stayed in two different areas. I would stay in Clinton with my folks, but like during like school days and stuff like that, I would stay in DC with my grandmother
Okay.
throughout like elementary and majority high school.
Yeah.
As far as my background, you know, I started playing basketball like around 8. My dad introduced me to it. My brother played in high school. My dad played in high school, so it just came kind of natural to me
Mm-hmm.
that I was going to take follow in their footsteps. And they presented the game with me. I mean, presented the game to me,
Yeah.
and I just ran with it. So I've been playing ever since.
Okay. All right. So you went to Carroll High School,
Yeah.
and then you transferred to Coolidge.
Yep.
What was it like first going to Carroll? WCAC
Yeah.
private school, and then how was that transition going? To a public school.
Well, Carroll was. I had a good time at Carroll. It was kind of strict.
Mm-hmm.
No, we had to get a uniform, blazers. I really wasn't
Yeah.
used to that.
Right.
Going to public school all my life.
Yeah.
Until I got there. But we had a great freshman year. I got to play with a bunch of dudes I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So we went 25-0. So we won a lot of tournaments. We beat some JV teams.
Okay.
So we were a freshman team. So I had a lot of success my freshman year.
Right.
And I think the last 2 games of the varsity season for the varsity team, I got to play up.
Okay.
And then fast forward to my sophomore year,
Yeah.
I played like JV and varsity. So it was like back and forth. Some games I played varsity, some games I played JV, and I had success there too.
Right.
So
yeah.
Then transition to Coolidge.
Yeah.
It was like a whole different world because Coolidge is in a rough area. Surrounded by like 3 neighborhoods, and while I was there, there was some tension.
Mm-hmm.
It was KDY. They have Rittenhouse, and they have Riggs Park.
Okay.
So this is like it was kind of like a lot of tension.
Rough, yeah.
So you had to be careful sometimes where you was at
Right.
a certain time. So, but my first day at Coolidge,
Mm-hmm.
I had to go do metal detectors.
Okay.
So that tripped me out because a bunch of my teammates, they were like hiding their phones and everything like that,
Yeah.
and they didn't tell me.
Right.
So when I got there, I went through the metal detector and whatnot.
Yeah.
And dude just took my phone. I'm like, "What you doing?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, now you get this back in the day." I'm like,
Dang.
"What? Like, what you mean?" He was like, "Yeah, you're gonna keep this." So no, they do that for safety reasons.
Right.
People may call someone up in cases like a big melee, someone fights and stuff like that. So
wow.
That tripped me out though.
So like, how did you handle that? Like, say for other young athletes that may go to a school that's probably not the best area.
Mm-hmm.
How did you were able to stay focused? And to separate yourself and to do what you did.
Well, just stand in the gym, stand away from the wrong crowds, people not doing the right things.
Mm-hmm.
Stand with my teammates, just keeping to myself, not just again trying to get swallowed up into the bad and wrong. So that's pretty much just staying to myself and just standing in the gym, keeping focused and knowing what I really wanted for my future.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's real. And so then you ended your your senior year at Coolidge. You had a great ending career. Like you were player of the year.
Yeah.
Like what else did you do? Like,
well, as far as what do you mean?
Like awards, accomplishments, and then
well, I scored 1,000 points in 2 years,
okay,
which is a big accomplishment. I think Coolidge really let me get coming to myself. I think it gave me a chance to not have to look over my shoulder while I played, and just let me play free. And the circuit actually helped me improve my game going into my senior year too. So, but just as far as accomplishments, just receiving a lot of college mail, that was really dope. Yeah, for the first time.
I was going to ask you that. How was that process? When trying to decide which school and getting recruited. How was that for you?
It was stressful.
Yeah.
Like it was just like you taking an SAT.
Right.
Because you just don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where to go.
Mm.
And there's a lot of people tell you, oh, people in your area, like, you should go here, you should go there. Then college coaches promising you this and promising you that, so you really don't know who to trust.
Right.
But it was just real stressful.
Yeah.
That's all I can remember.
Was your mindset like you wanted to stay close to home, or did you want to go far a little bit?
No, I kind of wanted to get away.
Yeah.
I kind of want to experience something new, see a different part of the country I haven't seen before, experience new things and make new relationships and just see how another place would be. That's pretty much it.
So, you committed to Central Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some research on
you. It's cool.
I wanted to ask you as many questions. So your freshman year, you redshirted, and it said you got injured your first game.
I got injured my first game. So
yeah, what happened?
So 2 weeks prior to that, we had like a scrimmage against Stony Brook.
Okay.
And I was playing, and like a dude rolled into my knee. And my knee twisted, and I sat out for the rest of the game. And through leading up into the first game, I was fine. Like it's a little bit of swelling, but I was able to play.
Right.
So I was in the warm-up line, and you got to show off in warm-up line and stuff like that. So I tried to show off, and I went up for a dunk, and I dunked it. I came down, my knee popped.
Shoot.
It was like a feeling I never felt before. I've hyperextended my knee before and stuff like that, but I just never felt that before. So I couldn't really straighten it out, so I kind of like thugged it out the rest the whole game. And I had my first 2 points was the game when the free throws sent it to overtime.
Mm.
And then after that, I went to the doctor next day. They said I chipped a bone in my cartilage.
Oh man.
So that was the rest of my season right there.
Yeah.
So
So when you redshirted, how was that? How was that year for you? Like just trying to bounce back.
it's probably one of the most challenging
Hmm.
things because I was in a boot, so I really couldn't walk. I mean, I
Hmm.
wasn't in a boot. I'm sorry, I was in like a big like brace,
Okay.
came out my leg, and I really couldn't walk.
Right.
So then, like, once the season started, like I'm up in Connecticut, so it's snowing and ice everywhere.
Oh
So I'm on crutches.
wow, walking around
Yeah,
campus.
I was slipping on my crutches on ice and
Dang.
snow. Then I had a student advisor. She was kind of a like hard on us, so I would be late to like study hall. I'm like, I'm on these crutches. Like, can you give
Right.
me like the benefit of the doubt? She was like, nah. So it was real
Crazy.
challenging just in the classroom too, because the
Yeah.
workload. I really, come from public school and having to go straight to college. It's a different type of environment.
Mm.
So it was challenging though, especially rehab too.
Right. Yeah. All right. So then after college, you know, talk about like that summer. You know, what your goal? What was your goal? Was it you wanted to continue to play, professionally, overseas, and what was your mindset like grind mode in that summer?
It's probably one of the most hardworking summers I ever did.
Mm.
Just waking up doing 3 days.
Mm.
I would go to gym 6 in the morning, get shots up, then maybe go lift around like 11, get a good lift in. Then the second half of my day, either I'll be working out again or playing 5-on-5, just to working on the stuff that I worked on early in the morning.
Yeah.
But it was just a grind. Like I was really on it. I
Yeah.
had a lot of aspirations of playing overseas, playing professional.
Right.
So it was me and no, Justin.
Yeah.
So it was me and him. We would be getting up early in the morning, going all day and getting it. So it
Yeah.
was really a huge grind.
Yeah. I remember when we like met that summer.
Hmm.
We worked for the Junior Wizards.
Yeah.
Like he was like, "Yo, you trying to work out? Like, you
Yeah,
don't want
yeah, yeah.
it?"
You know me. No, I'm no, I like to work out. I like to get it in. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah.
anybody is hungry as me or just like to work out,
Yeah.
then we gonna have a good relationship. So,
Yeah.
and I
Nah.
remember we got it in. You know what I'm saying? We would work out after the camp
Right.
and get our shots up, and we would be pushing each other.
Right.
I remember we met at the what we meet at 25 with Fitness, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
got a good workout in. Yep, I remember that.
It was crazy. I was like, "Yo, he's holding me accountable."
Yeah, I was
Like,
like, yo, Taylor, you been working out? Yeah, he was like, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
well, so yeah, off the court, I've seen you work with kids, as a youth
Hmm.
coach. Is that like one of your passions? Do you want to, coach outside of basketball?
I always been told I could,
Mm-hmm.
like from like close friends and family members.
Right.
I mean, I think I have a good relationship with kids.
Yeah.
Um, I think they listen to me because I will hold them accountable
Yeah.
and not let them slack or anything like that. I
Right.
want the best for them.
Yeah.
But I think, I think I could coach. I think that's something I could do.
Yeah.
Once I put my mind to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So overseas, you've been in Portugal for 2 years now.
Hmm.
What's it like out there? I've never been to Portugal. Like I feel like I've been everywhere
Um,
but there.
Portugal is dope.
Okay.
When I first got there, it was just a whole culture shock.
Okay.
So when I got off the plane, I was in the airport and people were just staring at me. So
Right.
they don't see too many, I guess,
Yeah.
black people like that, or
Yeah.
just tall black people.
Right.
So no, just no, they were just staring at me. And I felt kind of weird. I
Mm-hmm.
thought something was wrong with me.
Right.
So the guy that
Yeah.
picked me up, he came and one of my teammates. He from Louisiana. He been
Uh-huh.
over there for a while.
Okay.
So I'm like, man, like is something wrong? Like did I
Yeah.
do something?
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, they just that's what they do.
Yeah. They
So
stare real hard.
yeah, then here when people stare at you,
It's like rude. Like
yeah,
yeah.
and they look away. There, they keep looking at you. So that kind of threw me off. But it was a culture shock. It took a while to get used to.
Right.
Especially the food. Because I wasn't
Yeah.
accustomed to taking that food. So
Yeah.
I lost a few pounds when I got over there because I
Right.
wasn't eating.
Yeah.
So I would be eating like the McDonald's or Subway. Like I wasn't eating nothing else.
Right.
But it was really got a great experience. People treat you really nice, and if
Mhm.
anyone wants to go to a soccer game, definitely go to one in Europe because it's
Yeah.
lit. Because every game is like the Super Bowl.
Okay.
They shut down the whole town.
Mm.
They go to like a strip of bars. Then everyone from the bar walks to the stadium. It's like a 2 mile walk. So they
Man,
take their flags and they whatever
it's
type of little thing they got, and they just walk to the game. They showed a lot of support, especially with the basketball too. They support us too.
right. Dang. So now that you're back home, what do you have planned now? What's next for you?
Well, I'm just recovering right now because I recently just had surgery a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just trying to find something to keep myself busy,
Mhm.
as far as working wise, and just try to work out too until I'm fully recovered. Then if I have the aspiration of going back overseas,
Mhm.
then no, I'll make that jump. If not, then if I find something that I have passion for to stay here,
Mhm.
then no, I'll start a career.
Yeah.
'Cause I think the basketball, I don't think that would never go nowhere. The passion for
For
basketball.
sure. Yeah. So like, what's that like? When you're trying to, when you're like waiting for that call. I can even like relate to this, and you probably get a call, but you don't know if that's the right
Yeah.
opportunity for you. So like, how's that? Like, how do you handle that? And how's that? That just being in that
Um.
position.
um it's frustrating. No,
Yeah.
it's frustrating. Because you never know like where you're gonna go next,
Right.
and you have so much high expectation of yourself. You don't want to just sell yourself for something that's not as good.
Exactly.
Because you might sign somewhere, then 2 weeks later you get an offer. It's like,
Mhm.
dang, I just signed
You
there.
just wait a little
Yeah, I
bit.
just waited a little bit longer. So sometimes the waiting game, that a lot of people do, and they find a good contract,
Right.
and some people just kind of sell themselves short, and they get
Mhm.
into a situation, then they
They stuck
they
in the
stuck.
yeah.
So it's a grind though. It's real challenging. It
Yeah.
be days that you have ups and downs where your agent's telling you, oh yeah, we have this opening, right? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Then 2 weeks later, oh man, they signed somebody else.
Yeah.
So your whole it's just it kills your spirit sometimes. So
Seriously.
you have to just stay focused, and it can have you really frustrated at yourself because
Mhm.
you just feel you have so much confidence in yourself and your ability,
Right.
and you might not get an offer that's of your liking.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to take a chance, which I did, for less money.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can play the waiting game and get a great contract, because that's happened to a lot of people.
Mm.
But it's a frustrating one, challenge you, because like you said, you can get like a call,
Right.
and your agent can tell you, oh, you have this offer from someplace in Germany,
Yeah.
and it's just X amount of dollars.
Mhm.
You like, all right, I'm gonna wait. Then you wait for a better offer, then that offer's gone.
Yeah.
So it's
Seriously.
like, then that right there can have you like paranoid,
Right.
because if you get another offer, you just, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and sign for somebody to take it.
Oh my god, I can totally relate to that. Like, after okay, I'm gonna spit real talk. So when I got out of college, 2016, I was like so frustrated with
Yeah.
waiting that I feel like I decided to go too soon. Like I
Mhm.
probably should have waited.
Mhm.
And then even like after when I got the opportunity in Luxembourg, I was like, man, I'm happy I got a
Right.
job.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
I'm just gonna stick with
Yeah. Yup.
it.
That's how it be. Yup.
So I totally feel you on that.
Mhm.
Um, and then as an overseas, people looking on the outside, they look at like overseas basketball players like, oh, you're living a dream,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and like we are blessed to
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
opportunity, and to see the world, but like what like struggles,
Struggles.
yeah,
Okay. So I went to like a conference type of thing, like a mini camp, trying to get signed with trying to get signed with agents. And the
right,
guy that was talking, he was telling me like all the stuff about like overseas,
yeah,
and I really didn't like believe him. Like, oh, they're gonna be late with my money, like stuff
yeah,
like that. Then
yeah,
they might not uh, keep the end of a bargain up in the contract. Like they
mhm,
tell you, oh, you're gonna have a house, a nice car,
mhm,
food,
yeah,
certain type of benefits, and they don't guarantee. It's not guaranteed when you get there.
right,
So that was kind of frustrating because like my first year, that was like I went like 3 weeks first time, like not getting paid.
yeah, wow,
I'm like, all right, no, I'm gonna try to thug it out, but it was like
yeah,
real frustrating. Then
yeah,
No, sometimes I just wanted to go home.
Mm-hmm.
After like 4 or 5 months, you get like homesick.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I was over there for 9 months. I didn't get a chance to come back home. So my
Yeah.
family and my girl came over there to see me.
Yeah.
So that was like that felt good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, so that was good. But it's a grind.
Mm-hmm.
It could be really annoying, and a lot of people give up on it because
Yeah.
they feel as though it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people just, like I said, dug it out. Then 4 or 5 years from now, they're playing in a Euro Cup team.
Right.
And you just see their progress, and it's
Right.
like, wow, like it take a lot of dedication though.
For sure.
Hmm
Yeah.
But back to your point, like far as like living a life, it depends on your situation. Like I know
Right.
some people over there got it good. Like
Yeah.
you like, oh okay, you living
Nice
on the
setup.
ocean.
Right.
Okay, you got nice weather, but the
Right.
backstory they
Mm-hmm.
not they don't really got it like they say they got it. So
Yeah.
you gotta be a little aware of things too. So
Right. I think like what we're like kind of getting at is everybody's like situation is different.
everybody's
Like,
situation is different.
and everybody's experience is different. Somebody may go to Portugal too and have like a different experience than you. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know a lot of people. They're stuck in. Like I know a few dudes that are in my league, and we talk. Players talk after the game.
yeah.
Where you from? Especially the Americans.
Right. Right.
So they just tell me about their situation. I'm like, dang, I thought I had it bad.
Right. Oh my! Like every club has their own, their own
Yeah, no
issues.
situation. Yeah,
And like you, I feel like it's even tougher as American because you have to represent yourself
yeah.
really well, and
You really do.
Because you're in a whole other country. Like you don't have any
Yeah.
rights to this state.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
this country. So I just think like the pressure, like
Yeah, it's
like,
a lot. Even off the court, it's just like how you conduct yourself. Because
mm-hmm.
like if you say you get into it with the management or so a team,
Yeah.
on me a teammate, and that could just start a bad rep because everyone's connected in your. So like, not only do you have to be professional on the court, you got to be professional off the court. How you conduct yourself and go along and just respect people that can get you a long way.
Yeah.
So
definitely true. And so as like you're definitely like a huge role model to like the youth, especially back home, and that kids that want to be where you are today. What advice would you give them?
Just believe in yourself. Don't let no one try to steer you in the wrong direction or make your own put their expectations of you on you. Like follow your own path. If it's not even just outside of basketball,
right?
Like if you've got a passion for something, just follow your dreams.
Yeah.
But to get overseas, it's gonna take a grind. Or just play professional. It's gonna take a grind. Write your goals down, and that's the biggest thing. I wish I would have did like just write my goals down and have a reminder like on like a door or something. So when you wake up, you see, all right, I'm gonna accomplish that today.
Right.
Like I want to go in the gym and make 1,000 shots.
Yeah.
And knock this assignment out so I can go back to the gym and just focus. You know what I'm saying? Lock in on your dream and go after it because nobody should want it more than you.
Yeah, for sure. No, man, I think you're pretty locked in. You probably
you
don't give yourself enough credit. I mean, that's how we all are.
Yeah.
You
you hard on yourself though.
Yeah.
You gotta be hard on yourself.
Yeah. What's your perspective on being a student athlete and how was it overall experience for you? Like,
From my perspective, you looked at differently.
Yeah.
People. He gonna pass the class because they gonna pull some strings for him. Stuff like that you hear. You know what I'm saying? Like he never does any work. How does he pass?
Right.
So that's the perspective that they have of you, certain people. So you just gotta prove those people wrong. Like once you get that platform, show them how. Show them your brilliance.
Right.
Show them that you not just a basketball player.
Right.
That you can handle your business on and off the court. But my experience with that, it was a lot that came with it. I remember falling asleep in class, and I used to get reports from like my coaches. I used to have to pay for it in practice. Like they hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because you represent the university.
Right.
So it's a high regard.
Yeah.
But I had a good time at college.
Yeah. So you said like something really interesting. Like I feel like especially when you get out of college, everybody, since you play college basketball, you're automatically identified as just an athlete. and it's like, no, I can do more than just
Yeah,
play basketball. So
exactly.
like, have you ever had that experience like coming out of college, or how do you feel about that? Like we already have this like stamp on us, like that's all we're about.
I feel. I mean, you kind of. It depends how someone approaches you. You can feel
Okay.
offended about it,
Right.
or you can feel motivated about it.
True.
You could feel offended how they just put you in a certain box where
Yeah.
they just think, okay, well, he's good for nothing besides basketball. He can't
Right.
do nothing else. And you be like, okay, you can
Yeah.
feel offended, but then you can feel like, all right, well, I'm gonna show you that
Yeah.
I'm much more than a basketball player. I could do this, and I have other abilities and other talents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I use it as motivation though,
Yeah.
just to prove someone wrong.
All right. So senior year, you
Mm-hmm.
got you reached 1,000 points.
All right.
What was that like? Like, how was that experience?
So senior year we struggled a lot. We had a lot of ups and downs. We had some good games, some bad games.
Okay.
And I had like a somewhat good, solid senior year, I say. It didn't really start getting better until the maybe second half of the season when we got in conference play.
Okay.
But we were searching for our first win in conference,
Okay.
and we had a game in St. Francis, PA,
Mm.
and my folks drove up and see me play.
Mhm.
So I needed 16 more. I think no, I needed 19 more points
Okay.
to finally hit a
Hit
thousand
it.
points.
Yeah.
So we were it's a close game back and back. We won in overtime,
Mhm.
and we had like a turn. No, we had a shot, and we fouled, and they had to shoot free throws.
Mhm.
So we were down by 2.
Mm.
Dude missed a second free throw for 1-on-1.
Mm.
My teammate threw me the ball. I took maybe 4 or 5 dribbles across the half court, and he set a rub screen.
Mm.
Came off of him, top of the key, knocked it down.
Mm.
With like maybe like 2 seconds left,
Okay.
and I just pointed to my pops that was in the stands. And was
Mm.
just talking trash. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was a huge accomplishment to like my 1,000 point, like my exact 1,000 point was on a game winning shot,
Right.
and my folks were there to see it.
Yeah.
So they gave me the game ball afterwards that we
Oh.
played with. So that was like real dope, and it was our first conference win. So
Right.
it built up a lot of momentum, and we took it to the second half of the season. So we finished up. We didn't actually go to the
Tournament.
yeah, we actually go to the tournament, but we finished up pretty strong, better than what we were doing,
Okay.
and I finished out really good. So
Yeah.
it was a great experience.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on the
Thanks for having me.
show.
You know, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You my girl. You know what I mean? Like we cool. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So
seriously, man. You're an inspiration to a lot more than you probably know. So.
okay,
But no, I appreciate it again, and that's a wrap.
yeah.
Khalen Cumberlander here at Talks with Tay, and stay tuned for what we got next.
Yep, big things coming.